Hi, my name's Andy. I work for Hillfields Church Coventry in Hillfields. Thanks for clicking on the video. I just got a question for you. What is the worst news that you've ever heard? It's not maybe the first question that someone asks you when they meet you, but we hear bad news all the time, don't we? We hear about natural disasters. We hear about children being shot at maybe in a school, or we hear that the petrol prices are going up again. But what is the worst news though, personally for you, that you've heard recently? Maybe it's the news that you've been made redundant. You can't go on holiday now. You can't buy that nice bracelet that you wanted to buy for your missus. Maybe though it's hearing that your mum was seriously ill and you're really worried about how much longer she's going to last. Maybe the worst news is that you've heard from a loved one recently that they said that they're leaving you. They've sent you a text message and they've said that they found somebody else and they're going to take the children with them, and you're really just cut to the heart. But you know, there's actually news that's far worse than any of these things. All these things are really bad, but there's something far worse that nobody wants to hear about. Do you want to know what it is? What it is that the Bible says right now there's a God in heaven who's angry with people. He's good and he's kind and he's fair, but he's angry though with the way that people are living their lives in the UK, in Coventry and in Hillfields. So he's angry against those who steal for a living. He's angry with those who get drunk and inject their bodies with drugs. He's angry with the pimps who enslave women in prostitution. He's angry with people who don't want to know God, who worship false gods, and he's angry with those who abuse their partner. He's angry with the injustice that maybe you face on this estate. He's angry with the people who misuse their authority for selfish reasons. But you know, the news gets even worse though, because God says that a day is coming when every single person in the whole world, in Hillfields, in Coventry, is going to be judged by him. They're going to be brought before God's throne, and they're going to have to give an explanation for the choices that they've made in this life. And the worst part of the news is that on that day, hundreds of thousands of millions of people will be thrown into a place called hell forever. Hell is a real place. It's a place of darkness, a place of separation from God's goodness and kindness. It's a place of pain and torment. It's a place that you don't get a second chance. I mean, isn't that like the worst news that you've ever heard? It's the most terrifying news that you've ever heard, isn't it? But listen, this is the good news for you today. You see, God is kind. God is so good. God sent his son Jesus 2,000 years ago into this world to live, to die on a cross for men and women, for boys and girls like me and you. Jesus came to pay the penalty that we deserve, that eternal penalty of hell forever. You see, when Jesus was dying on the cross, he was dying for all the wrong things that people who would trust in him would do. And Jesus commands you today to turn away from the wrong that you do and to come run into him, to put your trust in him and to be in his family. Because this Jesus, he can save you from that worst day ever, that coming day where there will be judgment. And today you can know that relationship, you can know that amazing forgiveness when you trust in Jesus. So if there's anything that I've said that has sparked your interest or challenged you, please do get in touch. My number's on the flyer, and also you can visit us at Hillfields Church Coventry. You'd be very welcome there, and we'd love to see you there. Thank you for listening.